Hello, I'm James Harvey, the professor of music theory at the College of Southern Nevada with 5-Minute Music Theory. In this video, we're going to cover a specific kind of a circle of fifth sequence with all seventh chords. So we're going to start, and actually I'm only going to write 4 iterations of this, just for this example. And I'm going to make them all in root position. And this is to show that there's a voice leading issue with this progression that we need to take note of, and it only happens when you're using all root position seventh chords. So this first chord is going to be a C major 7, and I'm going to write it like this. A whole bunch of different ways we can voice that. I'll just do it like that. Now the 7th, I always need to take note of where the 7th is and resolve that down by step, and it's in the tenor voice. So I'm going to resolve that down by step, and then I'll put my bass note. And this needs to be an F major 7 in the subdominant major 7. F, A, C, E. E is a common tone. And then C, a little bit of a leap, but it's not too bad. Now the E is our 7th here, so I need to resolve that down by step. I'm going to move that over actually a little bit so it's nearer to the Roman numeral. This is going to be a B, D, F, A, which is a half diminished triad. Now here, when we're building sequences, we need to make sure that we match up with our pattern. So we've already had an iteration of the pattern. So I'm going to put a dotted line to show the different iterations. I need to have the same voicing in that leading tone 7th chord as I had with the tonic major 7. So I had the 7th in the tenor voice like this, and then B, D, F, and then I have an A here, B, D, F, like this. So notice that there's a little bit of an issue. We have an oversized leap, and if I try to go up to the F, not only do I break the sequence, then we have an even bigger issue of spacing. So here's where we need to backtrack a little bit. When you're dealing with a circle of fifth sequence involving all 7th chords, I'm going to erase this, you have to omit the 5th in every other chord. It doesn't matter which one, but one of the 2 chords in each iteration needs to have the 5th omitted. And remember, when you omit the 5th, you need to replace it with a root, a doubled root. So what I did is I took that C out of the subdominant major 7, turned it into an F, and now things work out a lot better. Here's our 7th resolving down by step. There's the B, and then the A is going to be here. And then actually what we need to do is, that's exactly right, F. I doubted myself a little bit. B, D, F, A is a half diminished 7th chord, and everything's resolving appropriately now. We have our 7th here resolving, and we have our 7th here resolving. And now all we have to do is copy and paste. I'm going to take this chord, that's the 2nd chord, the subdominant major 7, and I'm just going to copy and paste it down a step. I'm literally just looking over and moving everything down by 1 step from where I was. And now let's just double check the chord's correct. It should be an E minor 7. I have E, G, there's no B, but there's a doubled E, and then the D. And then we can go on with this pattern as far as we want to go. But really the big focus of this video is to explain why, and that you have to omit the 5th in every other 7th chord if you're dealing with a root position 7th chord circle of fifths sequence. That's a mouthful. And theory teachers love to put this on tests to make sure that you know about this. So again, if you're dealing with a circle of fifth sequence with root position 7th chords, then you got to make sure that you double your root and omit the 5th in every other chord. So I could do that in the starting chord of the iteration or the ending chord of each iteration. Thank you.